I just wanted to say that point this out. If anybody has been like noticing a lot of smoke or haze in the area, in the air, wherever they live, um, here you go.
Yep.
Feminists
Canada is burning.
Canada is on fire. Feminist firefighters accidentally set Banff ablaze. A Women in Fire Training Exchange program accidentally set Banff National Park ablaze after a prescribed burn went out of control.
Uh-huh.
The main thing there is control. It became out of control. It was bad.
Yeah. Okay. And now I've had this argument before many times when I was in college. And the way I explained it to the class, it was his professor was Vince Capoya. It was Oakland University. Good guy. And he always called on me for like the right wing logical answer, and it annoyed everyone. And this was back in the 90s. I just imagine how bad it is now. But we had these ladies, these feminists, are like complaining that, women should be allowed to do all of this horse shit. And we talked about firefighters. And I remember I got up and I addressed the entire class. And I'm like, okay, let's everyone be honest here. No hypothetical. This is like the nightmare of nightmares for every person out there. You come home from work at like 5:30. You're rolling down the block. You see your house is engulfed in fire. You have 2 kids in that building. You hear the fire trucks coming. Who do you want to see get off those fire trucks to save your children's lives? You want 2 6'5", 280-pound cord-fed motherfuckers? Or do you want 2 135-pound chicks? Because a 280-pound dude, even a 180-pound dude, has a thing called casual strength.
Mm-hmm.
Men can John Wayne doors. They can bend shit. They can literally, I've seen firefighters kick through internal drywall walls to go between rooms because one room was engulfed in flames. All right. That's who I want to see get off that fire truck to go save my kids, because I know that they're going to be able to do it. They're physically up to the task, especially when they have the equipment. A 130-pound woman is not going to be able to kick open doors, punch and kick through drywall, swing that axe, and go through 2x4s with one cleave, because time is of the essence in a house fire.
Yep. If I want someone to Kool-Aid man through the drywall to save me, my kids, my dog, or whatever, give me the cord-fed motherfucker.
Yeah. I mean, listen, those guys are all right. Here's an Army story. I know I have to go back. All right. I was in E4 in the 2nd Ranger Battalion Saturday night, hanging out in the barracks. We had this guy named Hess. He was like 6'2", 240, grew up on a farm in like Oklahoma. The dude was just a corn-fed beast. And I remember, I had shut my door. He had been drinking, and all he did was like turn my doorknob and put his shoulder into the door, and he split the door almost all the way up to the top. I had to get a new goddamn door. And he wasn't even trying to come through that door. He was just fucking around.
Hey, man. You got some ice cream in there, Evil Pop?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You guys saw that, huh? Nah.
Yeah.
And I saw the same guy when we were doing airfield seizures. Basically reach and opened this like a car door, and basically was able to get his fingers in there and pulled the door away from the roof of the car a good 6 inches, and then casually reached down to unlock the door so we could, pop the ignition and roll those vehicles off the runway. Because back then, airfield seizure, the bad guys always put shit on their airstrip so we can't land on them. and we clear that shit so we can get our Air Force and Army aircraft in there to really start putting the scunion on people. But that's how strong this guy was, right? And he had a heart of gold. He was a total softy, but I can guarantee you he had enough physical strength. He could literally pick you up and break your neck.
So
Women
he's
don't have that kind of power.
he would be the kind of guy to pick me up, like one hand on my leg, one hand on my shoulder, pick me up sideways, and just snap me in half with little to no effort.
Pretty much.
Oh, Jesus.
The dude was just a freak of nature.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, it was supposed to be a controlled burn and a training exercise, if I'm not mistaken, too. But yeah, here's some tweets. There's some pine trees on fire close to the road, and this has been going this is from May 2nd, so it's been going for close to 2.5 weeks now.
Yeah, that's serious business.
Yeah. It says following the mishap, an alert was issued with local residents, tourists, livestock evacuated from the area. The evacuation has since been lifted. Canada Parks blamed the wind.
All
All
right, now
if they would have had a better supervisor on hand, they probably wouldn't have this to blame the wind.
Pretty much, but I have been present at forest fires on several occasions, and I dare say I was the cause of 2 or 3 small forest fires.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. And that wind can really, if the wind is just right and it catches, you're off to the races.
Yep. No, yeah, I've been there before. I was helping my buddy and his mom burn weeds in their ditch. Of course, the ditch has been dried for years, and of course, we had the hose rolled out just to make sure. So we would burn a little bit and then hose it down, burn a little bit, hose it down, and all of a sudden, I just happened to look, and about 50 feet in the opposite direction, the same way the wind was blowing, I start seeing smoke. So I grab the hose. And of course, the hose is about 20 feet too short. So there I am with my thumb on the end, trying to fucking hose it down. But yeah, where I'm at, it's all prairie grass and sage grass, and
that shit goes up quick.
Oh, it instantly.
Yeah.
It's bad.
Yeah, I've had to run from a few of the prairie fires in Yakima. That was quite pleasant.
Yeah. Boy. But here's the tweet from Parks Canada. Today we're recognizing the contributions of women who work in #wildfire. #DYK women. Are you still underrepresented in the firefighting community? Diversity is strength, which is why WT Rex Canada empowers more women to become leaders in fire management. You're doing a fantastic job.
This is a classic example of diversity hires.
Yep.
And we're going to see more of this because we got a whole generation now, who are out of college, moving into the professional world, who literally are functional retards. There is absolutely no logic here whatsoever in the minds of the new generation. They can't even tell you what a woman is. They won't answer what the difference between men and women is. They think they're both the same. Yep. And you look at history and you look at biology, and it's that is reality. They're living in a delusional world, and these people are making decisions based on their crazy diversity higher minds.
And there are people's lives at stake.
Yeah. Well, here's another one.
When they make these decisions. It's
case in point, Budweiser. That woman, what's her face? I can't even remember her name. Literally got put in a position of power, fell back on what she was told to think, came up with a marketing strategy that she thought would change or add more people to the mix, and quite literally destroyed the company.
It's I did see some posts on Twitter earlier that this is the first time that Anheuser-Busch has been underwater in like the past 20 years. Because
Yep.
the right wing, they said, all right, we're done. We're not going to be drinking your tranny fluid anymore. And then Bud Light, and then they went and backpedaled, and then the Rainbow Mafia Alphabet Soup group said, all right, fine, we're going to boycott you now because you backtracked on that. So they're getting it from they're getting spit roasted.
Yeah, but the thing is, the loose gay butt twerking queer community, and those, hey, look, those are all words that they use. So don't get mad at me. I'm just parroting back what
their words, not ours.
They're just not. What should I say? They're not based in reality. I have no idea why we're throwing billions of dollars at this. It's relatively small community. I mean, before this thing got crazy, they made up 1/4 to 1/2% of our entire gross population. Right. Yeah. Now we have 5 to 8% of the youth identifying as, gender confused. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
This is not going, and if we don't quash this, it is going to destroy this country badly.
It's not going to be good.
No.
Not good at all.
Yeah, because the only thing that keeps Darwin away is making logical decisions when the logic is needed. If you want to try to run the world on your feelings, do feelings stop the gazelle from getting eaten by the lion? No. Reality doesn't care about your feelings.
No.
Neither do I.
But I did want to share this little bit of information because I was telling everybody, I mentioned the smoke and all the other stuff going on from whatnot. Let me bring up a picture from right outside my work. Now, granted, this is an older picture. Bring that up. So this is the monument that is right outside the backside of my shop that I work at.
Monument to who?
This is the monument that actually the town that I live in was actually named after.
Oh, okay.
It was named after a pioneer trapper tour guide and whatnot.
Oh, badass.
So badass. So that's what it looks like on a normal day. You got this is during the fall, of course, got the corn, got the tree row, and then the monument. Okay. Now, let me bring up today's picture.
Uh-huh.
It's bad. And when I say bad, it's bad.
Wow.
That is not fog.
And how far are you from the Canadian border?
I'm in Nebraska, so Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota. Well, roughly 2.5 states away.
So you are 3 states away from Canada, and all of that goddamn smoke is blowing across our country because some female diversity hire firefighters decided to wipe their cooches with caution, and now we have to deal with this horse shit.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Pop for Supporter Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.